Hi, how are you? Gail here. Welcome to Radio Kidnappers. We are at the beginning of August, almost, so we're going to do a reading for you for the beginning of August. Hope you're all doing well. Life's been a little bit of a struggle for a lot of you, I know, and a lot of it's on an emotional kind of like mind level that we're not taught how to deal with. So if you are struggling a little bit in your work, your life, even just feeling okay in yourself, just know that you're not the only one. It seems to be something that is occurring for a lot of people at the moment. So we're coming into August, and July was a time where you kind of got to sit with yourself and think about what's working for you in your life, how you're feeling, what your life may be about, and maybe you came up with answers and maybe you didn't. The whole point was simply to reflect and to absorb and just to sit with your life as it is and allow it to sink in a little bit and the meaning of it to sink in. So we're coming to August, and August is the month where it presents a lot of different aspects. So we have all sorts of things that happen in our skies every month and all the time. When we get to the 11th of August, the past may come up a little bit more for you around this date, so it could be a few days before, a few days after, and you may find that you're remembering things from the past or certain specific situations that could have been life-changing, troubling, traumatic, or even things that you did in the past that you suddenly remember, oh, I did that way back then, or I wanted to do that way back then. And August is the month where you actually can look at the past, put it in place for the month. August is the month where success is possible. So if you haven't completed something from the past or never really got off the ground with it, pretty much just put your effort into it now. More likelihood of success, not necessarily within the month, but definitely success in the project you start within August. So it's a productive month. It's where you may find you struggle a little bit more with things in life, and there might be a few more challenges that come up around your work and your home. These challenges are trying to point out, what to do next or what to do that helps you the most, okay? So they're just an aspect of August. It's not you and your life. It's the energies of August are very strong. They can be very intense. You have to maybe push yourself a little bit more. But if you push yourself a little bit more, you will, and make yourself do things you don't want to do, you'll find that kind of surprisingly works out for you. 2022 is an amazing year. So the success you can have this year could have been years in the making. Please, if you've got something you were working on or project, please, this is your focus month. Last month was your receptive thinking month. This month is your focus month. It's at a good time as well because, we have more time where we're not distracted by going out and doing a lot of things, where we can kind of channel our personal energy. So you can channel your interests, your energy, your creativity into things that could, just make you feel a lot more empowered in your life. It's a very empowering month, August. So I've got the cards in front of me, and I'm just going to have a little look for you, just to see general, but the influences of the cards can help determine, clarify things for you, or determine which way you want to go, or what you want to address. So let's have a little look at August 2022. Just feel like August is quite an auspicious feeling, vibe. Definitely generating a lot of energy for the month. So I'm going to pick 3 cards, and as I always do, to see what's coming up and what's in store in general for August. So let's have a little look. So it just says tough it out. Really, it's a little bit like you can do this. Whatever struggles you've got in your life, you're getting through them. May not feel that you are, but you're getting there, and you will get through. It's a little bit like a certainty that you're sort of like got all the abilities, strengths, resilience that you need. You've handled all of this up until now. So this month, it's just, I don't know, just know you've become very strong in your life. For a lot of you, there is definitely a chance of a new path, but for a lot of you, there is a new path opening up. There are new things happening in your life, new events, new situations. More like new that you haven't actually explored before. So these are things to be taken carefully. Step out with knowledge, information, do your research, with anything new that you're going to do. But definitely it's time for that newness in your life. New path, new projects, new situations. For some of you, travel comes in around you, and it is, we know that things have opened up. So we've got even exploring new pastures, maybe even overseas, looking at where you're going to maybe want to live, or you're moving house, or you're moving, looking to move house. There's just quite a few movements for everyone out there that are in a new direction. And that can take a little bit of courage to take this step. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a bit lost in my kind of thoughts with my words and my everything else today. I'm not quite on point today for some quite interesting reason. I'm not quite sure what that is. So excuse me. I'll go with the flow. There is a bit of activity as well, energetically going on, and I'm to tell you that you have a connection this month. We don't see connections, we don't see energy, but energy is all around us, and energy affects us, and it's on the way over here. I actually got a little message that our next warfare is energy warfare, and that is where sound vibration can be used kind of against us, if you know what I mean, to make us feel depressed certain ways, or angry, or simply as kind of like just go along with everything kind of energy. Hasn't happened yet that I know of anyway, but I just got given that message that energy warfare is to be more feared than bombs. Not a lot we can do about it, except strengthen our own certainty around ourselves, because that's our personal energy. The more you can identify with who you are as a person, the less you are affected by other people's energy. And you would know that if you have been around people who think they know how things work better than you do, and if they talk to you long enough, you start to doubt yourself, and then you start to feel that maybe they're right, and so you maybe might utilize some of the aspects of what they're telling you, only to find out later on that you'd wished you'd actually followed your own thoughts, feelings, ideas. So energy vibrations affect us. The stronger you are in your sense of self, identity, your confidence, your self-esteem, the less energy affects you. So, right, so now back on to the cards that we've got for August. I have a feeling, I just had a feeling, I want to take one more and have a little look. So, for some of you who have not known where you are in life, what's going on, you have changed your direction, you have chosen not to continue your old life, and we talk about this quite a bit. It's because it's relevant. It's because it's happening to a lot of you out there. So if you're one of those people who have been a little bit like in no man's land or not really sure about your next move, this month, anything from the past, and that includes difficult experiences, can be a hint about what you can do in the future, what plans you can make in your future. This is saying be hopeful. The future is looking brighter than you think it is. If you look at too much social media or world news, then it seems quite heavy in doom and gloom. The reality is we're in an exciting time of a new world where we are changing the way we do things that never worked in the past, that were sort of like in favour of some people and not in favour of other people's. And the world is changing, so it becomes a lot more even. It will take years for that to happen, but we're stepped into a positive area and a positive direction. So for your own personal life, any move that you contemplate making in August is a yes, go for it, it's going to work out well for you. If you've got a plan, start taking steps with that plan. It's, yeah, looking good. So I just want to have a clarification. I don't know why I'm going to have a clarification on this card. And there's something around new vehicles or new aspects of vehicles. Perhaps you're changing to an electric car. So let's have a look. And it's a good month to do that. So anything that you do as far as personal vehicles, moving house, travelling overseas, or just travelling within your country, anything that's got you kind of moving around, make sure it's on your terms as much as possible, that you voice what you want, that you say how you want it to be. It's actually very important. It's no time to just stay quiet and follow, the crowd. Month where you can actually go, this is what I want, and be listened to. Carefully, of course. So just be a bit more selfish around what it is that you want as far as a move, travel, and all of those things. We can see that it's a little bit unnerving. It could be a little bit anxiety, kind of like driven, or it could create anxiety with anything where so much is happening you don't actually know what's up and what's down and what to do first, next, and after that. So a little bit of anxiety. Just be careful if you're moving, please. Anything precious, could you pop that into like a car, your car, where you're taking it directly to that place, just so that it doesn't get lost along the way, left behind, or just missing. It just seems to be for some of you that are doing moves that things will get lost. So anything that's really essential and really precious, make sure that goes first, or that you know exactly where it is. So I'll have a little look now at the new aspects, new paths, new lifestyles. So I'll have a look at the new path here. And I'll show it to you because I didn't show it to you. For those of you on the radio, this is the beginning, the start of our life, the beginning of a path, doing something that is new, or different, something we haven't done before. So caution is urged, no time to take risks. Let's have a little look and see what so even if you are traveling, it says know where you're going, know what's going on in that part of the world. I feel this new sort of strength of determination that you'll feel, and it's like, yes, I'm ready, yes, I want to do something new, yes, I'm going to do it, and even if it's hard, your focus is strong, your clarity and your drive is there. Results may take a little bit of time, so you just allow for that. But the new path is bound to be fast moving, lots happening in lots of different ways. I wonder if there's anything else with that one. I'll just have a little more look and see if there's anything more with that highlights itself. Not slow progress, let's not go there. This just says if you do your groundwork, if you have your research, if you know what you're getting into, and if you take it carefully, the results will show themselves. It may take a little bit of time. This says if it's anything to do with money, finances, your security, which is, of course, your home and anything else, it just says that it can work out to be really beneficial to you financially and otherwise. So for some of you, it will be planning a baby, and that's also a lovely thing. Unwanted, we're just going to say this, an unwanted pregnancy is a perfectly timed pregnancy. No matter how you feel about it, just there's a mechanism that works that we don't deliberately kind of like make happen, like, and I'm sorry for my words, some things just happen, and the things that just happen have a meant to happen aspect to them. So they happen for a reason, they are always beneficial in the long run, and they always work out as well, even if you can't see any possibility of them working out. If it wasn't in your plans and you become pregnant, please know that is necessary for this next phase of your life. You have free will and you have a choice, and you can do what you will with that. I'm just saying. Okay. What else? Let's have a little look at a few more things. So there's two aspects between now and 2023. So we have several months where things could seem to be challenging in some ways. So you've got activity, you've got things that are actually happening, and some of them could be a little bit difficult. So ultimately though, those next, I'll say 6 months, those next 6 months are setting you up for successful outcomes, for achieving what you want to achieve, for testing how good you are at navigating through problems, really. Sorry about the arms. Right, future. So when you're making plans for the future, it says it's a good time to do it. Now, if you are in a little space at the moment where your life is kind of like altered, changed, things happened in July, and you are not knowing where to work, how you're going to put food on the table, or what else is going to happen, please, can I just ask you not just to look for opportunities. I want you to just say yes to anything, especially if it's new, especially if it's not something that you've kind of thought of before, or even if you've thought about it, you've kind of like got, no, I'm a bit tired about that, around that. Just go along with everything, participate, say yes, take the next step, even if you don't want to, because something about the opportunities coming your way in August are more for the future and more for your hopes and dreams in the future. When we say no to something, or when we're just like, I'm just too tired, or I'm over this, or I want something else, when we're insistent like that, sometimes we miss the most precious times, the most precious like pearls in life that bring us exactly what it is that we're looking for. So if you're looking for happiness, for instance, it's not going to go, hey, this is going to make you happy. It's going to come to you like, here's this, and you'll go, well, that's not, how's that going to make me happy? I can't see that making me happy. It hasn't got a good income. It hasn't got this or that I want, and so you don't do it. What I'm saying to you is that one thing leads to another, and the way the universe works is it never works in that logical line. It works in a really bizarre, cryptic way. All you have to do is go along with it and think whatever, or have no attachment to the importance of it. But this will fill a gap. This will fill some time until I know more, or until I see more of what I want to do. Just accept everything, because coming for you in some way this month is something new as far as an opportunity goes. And I mean kind of almost brand new, something you hadn't been doing before. Perhaps never thought that you would or could. It may come as an idea as well. So any spontaneous ideas that just pop into your head, consider them before you shut them down. There's such a strong energy in August that we tend to get really physically focused. We get focused on money, we focus on doing things, we focus on achieving concrete things. And yet the other aspect of August is that whatever it is that's outside of us, that makes stuff happen that we haven't planned, I call it the universe as such. You can call it, God, the source, any name. Whatever happens randomly is like orchestrated and organised, because it has a point and it has a purpose that is effective for us personally, as well as our city, the world, our family, and everything else as well. Sometimes it's very difficult, well, most of the time it's very difficult for us to comprehend that, or to see how that could possibly be it. So we get upset, we get weighed down by it. It overwhelms us because we have this, why isn't life going right? Life is going right. It's perfect. All of you who have changed your vocation since the beginning of COVID, that was because you are being called to do what you are here for, what your heart longs to do. And our everyday life makes that a little bit more challenging because it's about income and money. So a lot of you, and I know a lot of you have done this, where you're doing something for yourself, you're building a business, you're doing something that you enjoy finally, and it has been tough, there still are challenges, but you're doing it, and it will get easier as time goes on. There are other changes that come along the way as well, as we all know. So that's roughly August, kind of in a nutshell, as far as just stay strong. You've got a lot of courage. Use that courage to take a new step in some new direction. It may just comes straight in front of you, and all you've got to do is take the step. Always, always do your homework. Always find out what it is you're doing, what are you getting into, what's involved, and just do it, cautiously, like I said. A lot's going to actually start bombarding you in different ways from all different directions. You're going to be feeling all sorts of emotions. Your mind's going to be going a little kind of overboard in some ways. You're going to need to keep your wits about you. You're going to need to keep everything kind of in control, like, okay, so what am I really dealing with? What's in front of me right now? Simplest thing is always, if things start to become overwhelming, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's the simplest thing, but take a deep breath. It actually stops you from all of that craziness that can happen when you're overthinking things. And lots to do. If it becomes overwhelming when you've got lots to do, and you have a tendency to shut down because there's just too much and it's overwhelming, just pick one thing. That's all. Just pick one thing. And once you've done that one thing, then just pick one more thing. Don't worry about what needs to be done first or how to handle it first. Just pick one thing. And the other part of August is now is the time to plan your future by making some goals. You don't have to know what your future's going to be. The simplest thing when it comes to what do you want for your future? So what do you want? I want to feel less stressed. I want to be able to work my own hours. I want a more relaxed lifestyle. It's like, what do you want? And you put them out as I wish and I desire rather than what I just said. So you look at those aesthetics that make you feel whole, that make you feel relaxed, that make you feel that you can be yourself, that you don't have to prove yourself to anyone else. Those are the things that your long-term goals really need to be focused toward. Happiness always, love in your life. It doesn't always come in the form of that traditional relationship side of things. It's finding something you love, finding something that interacts with people that you absolutely get satisfaction, pleasure out of, all that kind of stuff. So those are the things you're really aiming for your future. Yes, physical comfort as well, and all of those things, and you can have those. It's just they're not the main things. If you focus on happiness and satisfaction, feeling you have a purpose, just those three things, then the other things will fall into place. Just because we're in the world where you need money, it's automatic. It will come. Okay? So I have one more card I'm going to have a look at. One more, just a quick little sneaky peek for August. You have an inner guidance system that we have within us. It's from birth. It's from the blueprint of a human being. So it's just in you, and it's your instincts. It is your it's your instincts that, like we say, get clouded by emotion. Emotions are not intuition. They're not instincts. We react emotionally and then regret it later. Our instincts never fail us. They are always correct.